Pick to the behind. Pick to the behind.
This viral live stream clip just put Panthers rookie Tetairoa McMillan at the center of a major controversy, splitting fans, analysts, and even teammates. Some say it was harmless. Others say it reveals something deeper, and what happened afterward only made the situation more complicated. The clip. On the evening of February 5th, 2026, Tetairoa McMillan was in San Francisco. It was Super Bowl week. The NFL had its annual events running all over the city, and one of those events was Streamer Bowl 7, a charity esports tournament organized by Twitch rivals in partnership with the NFL Players Association. The format was simple: 8 teams of 3 players each, 2 streamers or influencers paired with 1 NFL or college athlete, competing across a series of challenges for a $50,000 charity prize pool. The challenges included water balloon tosses, trivia rounds, RC car racing, and a Madden NFL 26 tournament. McMillan was on Team Blue. His teammates were 2 content creators, J and Tamir. Other teams featured names like Micah Parsons, Derwin James, Shedder Sanders, Ashton Jeanty, Cam Scatabo, Rome Odunze, and Cooper DeJean. The whole thing was supposed to be lighthearted. Streamers and football players hanging out, playing games, raising money for charity. Then came the Madden match. McMillan's team was playing, and during the game, someone on his squad intercepted a pass. McMillan got excited, he jumped up, and on a live stream that was being broadcast to thousands of viewers in real time, he said the N-word twice.
Pick to the behind. Pick to the behind.
Then almost immediately, the energy in the room shifted.
Yeah, talking shit, we won. Huh? We won.
J and Tamir were visibly uncomfortable. Reports from multiple outlets described J hiding behind cue cards and whispering to Tamir afterward, asking if McMillan was black. The awkward pause that followed was caught on camera, and within minutes, people started screen recording and clipping. The clip hit X, formerly Twitter, first, then Instagram, then it was everywhere. One post alone gathered over 7.7 million views. News outlets picked it up overnight. ESPN ran a story, TMZ ran a story, the Daily Mail ran a story, Fox News, Yahoo Sports, the New York Post, all of them had it by the morning of February 6th. And here is the thing that made this blow up the way it did. Tetairoa McMillan is not black. He is native Hawaiian. He is of Polynesian descent. He was born in Waimanalo, Hawaii. He grew up in Anaheim, California. He went to Servite High School. He played college football at the University of Arizona. He was drafted 8th overall by the Carolina Panthers in the 2025 NFL Draft. He had just finished a rookie season where he led all first-year players in receiving yards, setting a Panthers rookie record. And now, on the biggest week of the NFL calendar, the story was not about his stats. It was about what he said on a Madden stream. By the morning of February 6th, McMillan posted an apology on his Instagram story. The statement read, "Yesterday while on live stream, I used a term I should not have. There's no excuse for what I said. I sincerely apologize for speaking thoughtlessly and will do better." The Carolina Panthers referred all media inquiries to McMillan's personal statement and did not issue any additional comments. No disciplinary action was announced by the team. No disciplinary action was announced by the NFL. And then, that same evening, literally hours after the apology, McMillan was awarded the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year at the 2026 NFL Honors Ceremony. He received 41 first-place votes, beating out finalists like Tyler Show and Jackson Dart. In his acceptance speech, he thanked his family. He did not mention the incident. So in the span of about 24 hours, McMillan went from a celebratory moment on a charity stream to a viral controversy to a public apology to winning one of the biggest individual awards in professional football. And the internet could not figure out how to feel about any of it. Who is Tetairoa McMillan? To understand why this situation became what it became, you have to understand who Tetairoa McMillan is and where he comes from, because his background is at the center of every argument being made on both sides. McMillan was born on April 5, 2003, in Waimanalo, a small coastal town on the windward side of Oahu, Hawaii. His family is native Hawaiian and Polynesian. His parents are Wyatt McMillan Sr. and Shawnee McMillan. He is the youngest of 4 children. His older brother Wyatt Jr. played high school football, and his sisters Alexis and Kiana were involved in volleyball and track. The family moved from Hawaii to Anaheim, California when McMillan was still an infant, but they maintained deep ties to the islands. McMillan spent his summers back in Waimanalo with his grandparents and extended family, sometimes for stretches of up to 3 months at a time. His grandmother Blanche McMillan runs a program called Hui Mahiai Aina, which provides housing and support for homeless individuals in Hawaii. And McMillan highlighted her work through the NFL's My Cause My Cleats initiative during his rookie season. Polynesian culture is something McMillan McMillan has never been quiet about. He wears traditional tattoos that represent family and strength. He talks about his heritage in interviews. He participated in the Polynesian Bowl as a high school player, and when he sat down for a recent interview ahead of the Super Bowl, he explained exactly what that culture means to him.
I mean, you know, there's only a select few of us in this world, and even a smaller amount in the league. So I mean, our culture, we take so much pride in our culture and our people, and we're so family oriented, and that's why I got to shout out guys like Puka. You know, although he is one of the best in this league and he gets a lot of credit, you know, I want him to get as much praise as he possibly can. You know, we wanna put our culture on the map. We wanna put our people on the map, man, and just like I said, we take a lot of pride. We're so big on our ancestors and the people that came before us. You know, they're the people that set the precedent, that set the standard for, you know, me and Puka to strive today. And, you know, we feel like it's our obligation, our job to continue that. You know, we want to inspire young Polynesian athletes to chase their dreams and dream so big that people laugh at them and just do amazing things in this world.
That pride carried over to the football field early. At Servite High School in Anaheim, McMillan was a 5-star recruit. His senior season alone, he had 88 receptions for 302 yards and 18 touchdowns. He was a finalist for the Gatorade Football Player of the Year. He won the 2021 Polynesian High School Football Player of the Year award. He played in the 2022 All-American Bowl. Every major program in the country wanted him. He initially committed to Oregon. Then he flipped his commitment to the University of Arizona, largely because that is where his closest friends from high school, Noah Fifita and Jacob Manuhue, were headed. Loyalty mattered to him more than the brand name on the jersey, and when Arizona's head coach left and the entire college football world expected McMillan to enter the transfer portal like almost every other top player would have done, he stayed. In that same interview, he explained why.
I mean, like you said, loyalty is hard to come across nowadays with the NIL thing going on, and the Polynesian community, we're big on that. We're big on loyalty, and you know, for me, it wasn't about the money. You know, it was about finishing something that I started. You know, I wanted to make a name at that school. You know, I wanted to be a household name around Arizona. You know, you know, it worked out for me. My name is in the rafters now. You know, my legacy is forever stamped in that stadium.
Over 3 seasons at Arizona, McMillan put up 213 receptions, 3,423 yards, and 26 touchdowns, the school's all-time receiving yards record. He was a 2024 Consensus All-American, Biletnikoff Award finalist, and the Polynesian College Football Player of the Year. When he declared for the 2025 NFL Draft, he was the highest drafted offensive player in Arizona program history, going 8th overall to the Panthers on a 4-year, $27.93 million contract. His rookie season was everything the Panthers hoped it would be. He started all 17 games. He caught 70 passes for 1,014 yards and 7 touchdowns, leading all NFL rookies in yards and touchdowns. He broke the Carolina Panthers rookie receiving record. He helped the Panthers make the playoffs for the first time since 2017. He was named to the PFWA All-Rookie team, and he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. All of that is the context. That is the person at the center of this controversy. A 22-year-old native Hawaiian kid from Waimanalo who grew up in Anaheim, played his heart out at Arizona, stayed loyal when everyone expected him to leave, and then went and had one of the best rookie seasons in Panthers history. And now the conversation is not about any of that. The conversation is about what he said on a Twitch stream while playing Madden. The cultural debate. This is where the whole situation gets complicated, because the reaction to what McMillan said was not uniform. It was not even close to uniform. The internet split into factions almost immediately, and the dividing line was not just about whether the word was acceptable. It was about who gets to say it, and why, and whether someone's ethnic background changes the equation. On one side, there were people who defended McMillan outright. The argument from this camp was straightforward. McMillan is Polynesian. He grew up around the word. It is part of the vernacular in his community, and he did not use it with any hateful intent. He was playing a video game and got excited. That was it. Social media was flooded with this take. On Instagram, comments on posts from outlets like 954 Fast Pitch TV and DFA Football included things like, "You good, cool straight, Samoan's cool, and he ain't mean no harm." Facebook posts from Complex Sports had comments like, "No need to apologize," and "He's Hawaiian, they say that all the time over there, LOL. On X, the refrain was similar. People pointed out that Polynesian communities, particularly those on the West Coast and in Hawaii, have a long history of using the word casually. One commenter noted, "Polys say the N-word all the time, especially those in the West Coast." Then there was Dez Bryant. The former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver came out publicly publicly in McMillan's defense. Bryant posted on social media, essentially telling McMillan he should never have apologized. He called the whole situation hypocritical, framing it as an overreaction driven by a social climate that selectively polices language depending on who is saying it and when. That post was shared and reshared by multiple outlets, including Shade Room Teens and Sports Kita, and it gave the defense camp a recognizable name and face to rally behind. Streamer Your Rage also weighed in with a reaction video that gained significant traction. His take drew a comparison to other non-black communities that use the word frequently. It's like with Mexicans, they say the N-word more than black people do. They just be spamming it. Whether that was intended as a defense or just an observation, it captured the sentiment of a lot of people who felt the backlash was disproportionate. On the other side, there were people who said none of that mattered. The argument from this camp was equally straightforward. The N-word has its roots in anti-black racism, in slavery, in centuries of dehumanization, and no amount of cultural crossover changes that. McMillan is not black. He does not get to use that word, period. Comments on the Daily Mail's coverage included things like, "I'm sure the Panthers organization is furious with him for being a racist," and calls for the Panthers to suspend him. On X, users who had shared the original clip debated in the replies whether McMillan was genuinely racist or simply careless, but many landed on the position that intent did not erase impact. Some fans pointed out that past videos of McMillan using the term in other football contexts had also resurfaced, which undercut the argument that this was just a one-time slip in the heat of the moment. If it happened before, the argument went, then it was a habit. And then there were the experts and scholars who added layers of complexity that neither side on social media was fully grappling with. The cultural context here is real, it is documented, and it is nuanced in ways that 280-character posts cannot capture. In Polynesian communities, particularly in Hawaii and among Pacific Islander populations on the West Coast, the N-word has been adopted through decades of exposure to hip-hop culture. It is used casually in conversation, in music, in sports settings. This is not something people are making up to defend McMillan. It is an observable cultural phenomenon that has been studied and written about extensively. But the scholars who study it are clear about one thing: it is not reclamation. Christian Fanine Schmidt, writing for Tone Deaf, put it plainly: the N-word is not for us to use. Polynesians experience racism, but we do not live the black experience. Emmeline Pickering Martin, in a piece for Tetairoa News, acknowledged the historical dimension that a lot of our ancestors across the Pacific have been called the N-word and have had it weaponized against them, but clarified that this does not make the term available for reclamation by non-black people. A piece in critic Tearohi noted that Aotearoa never experienced the horrors of American slavery, which gave rise to the N-word, drawing a clear line between experiencing racism and having the specific historical claim to that particular word. And commentators in Itangata warned that some of the most harmful attitudes and beliefs exist within Maori and Pacifica communities, suggesting that the casual adoption of the word actually reinforces anti-black attitudes rather than bridging communities. This is the debate. It is not new. It did not start with Tetairoa McMillan, and it will not end with him. But his moment on that live stream put it in front of millions of people at once, and now everyone has an opinion. The Polynesian football pipeline. One of the things that got somewhat lost in the noise of this controversy is the broader story of Polynesian athletes in the NFL, a story that gives additional context to who McMillan is, where he comes from, and why his community reacted the way it did. Polynesians make up roughly 0.3% of the United States population. That is an extraordinarily small slice, but in the NFL, they are 28 times more likely to reach the league than individuals from any other demographic group. As of 2026, there are over 60 active Polynesian players in the NFL. In the 2024 draft alone, 5.1% of all selections were of Polynesian descent, 13 players total. Those numbers are staggering when you consider the size of the population they are coming from. The pipeline traces all the way back to 1945, when Al Lolo Tai, a Samoan offensive lineman, became the first Polynesian to play in the NFL with the Washington Redskins. From there, the list grew slowly at first and then accelerated. Herman Wedemeyer, a Hawaiian, was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 1979. Vai Sikahema became the first Tongan to play in the NFL. Junior Sau, of Samoan descent, became one of the most decorated defensive players in football history, 12 Pro Bowls. Inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2015. Troy Polamalu won 2 Super Bowls and made 8 Pro Bowls. Jesse Sapolu won 4 Super Bowls with the San Francisco 49ers and later co-founded the Polynesian Football Hall of Fame in 2013 alongside Ma Tanuvasa at the Polynesian Cultural Center in Hawaii. That Hall Hall of Fame exists specifically to preserve and celebrate this legacy. It inducts players, coaches, and contributors each year. The list of inductees reads like a who's who of NFL talent. Kevin Maway, Olin Kreutz, Haloti Ngata, DeForest Buckner, Manti Te'o, Lofa Tatupu, Fred Warner, Vita Vea. The 2026 class includes Ray Maualuga, Chad Owens, and Brandon Manumiluna. Each of these men carried their culture with them onto the field, wearing traditional tattoos, honoring their families, and serving as representatives for communities that rarely get visibility on the national stage. The current generation is carrying that torch with force. Tua Tagovailoa, of Samoan descent, led the NFL in passing yards in 2025 and made the Pro Bowl. Penei Sewell, also Samoan, became the highest paid offensive lineman in football. Puka Nacua broke receiving records as a rookie with the Rams and earned a Pro Bowl selection. In 2025, 17 players with ties to Hawaii made 53-man rosters across the league. Frankie Luvu had 122 tackles for the Commanders. Fred Warner made All-Pro. Polynesian Bowl, an annual high school all-star game broadcast on NFL Network, continues to feed the pipeline, with alumni including Nakua and Travis Hunter. McMillan talked about this in his interview. When asked about his favorite receiver to watch, he did not hesitate.
I gotta give a shout out to one of my Polynesian dudes, man, Puka.
Yeah. What about his game is so appealing just as a fan when you're just watching it on your phone or watching on TV?
Shoot, I mean, the way that the Rams utilize him,
Yeah,
they utilize him in every single way. He does everything. He can run every route. He's so physical at the point of attack, at the press. I mean, he plays with a lot of energy, a lot of passion. I mean, you can definitely tell that the guy loves football, man. He just loves to play this game. So
the documentary In Football We Trust, which aired on PBS in 2015, explored the Polynesian football phenomenon in depth, focusing on communities in Salt Lake City where young Polynesian men are funneled into football as both a cultural expression and an economic opportunity. The film celebrates the successes but does not shy away from the pressures, the weight of family expectations, the economic desperation that makes football feel like the only way out, and the reality that most of those young men will never reach the NFL no matter how hard they try. For the ones who do make it, like McMillan, they carry a dual burden. They are representing themselves and their families, but they are also representing a culture. They are carrying the names and the legacy of the people who came before them, people like Sao and Polamalu and Sapalu, and they are trying to pave the way for the people who will come after them. McMillan himself pointed to the incoming class when talking about his Sharpie partnership at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I went to Miami, CC Maunella. It's gonna be a top 5 pick next year, or this year. You're gonna be a rookie next year. Like the tradition is continuing. It's only getting better.
That is the bigger picture. McMillan is not just some guy who said a word on a stream. He is a flag bearer for a community that has punched above its weight in American football for nearly 80 years. And that community is watching how this plays out, because the outcome affects more than just one player. The aftermath and what comes next. When the dust settled on February 6th, the facts were these. McMillan said the N-word on a live stream. He apologized. His team said nothing beyond pointing to his apology. The league said nothing. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year. And the internet moved on to the next thing, the way the internet always does. But the questions this incident raised have not been answered, and they are not going away. The first question is about accountability. McMillan's apology was posted as an Instagram story, a format that disappears after 24 hours. The statement was brief. It acknowledged wrongdoing. It promised to do better, but for some people, that was not enough. On X, one user suggested McMillan should take additional steps, like meeting community leaders or visiting Black museums. Others simply felt that a disappearing Instagram story is not the appropriate venue for an apology about a racial slur that was seen by millions of people. On the other end, people like Des Bryant felt the apology was unnecessary in the first place, and that forcing it was the real problem. Panthers, for their part, took the quietest possible approach. They referred all inquiries to McMillan's statement and left it at that. No press conference, no team statement, no announcement of sensitivity training or community outreach. This could be interpreted in multiple ways. Maybe the Panthers felt the situation did not warrant a larger organizational response. Maybe they were focused on not making the story bigger than it already was. Or maybe they were just handling it the way NFL teams handle most off-field controversies that do not involve criminal charges, by saying as little as possible and hoping it passes. The NFL itself stayed silent. No fines, no suspensions, no public comment. For context, McMillan had actually been fined $14,491 earlier in the season for making finger guns after a catch against the Falcons, which the league classified as a violent gesture. The finger guns got a fine. The N-word on a live stream got nothing. Whether that says something about the NFL's priorities or about the specific circumstances of each incident is a question people are still debating. The second question is about the award. McMillan won Offensive Rookie of the Year with 41 first-place votes. The voting for that award typically closes before Super Bowl week events begin, which means most, if not all, of the ballots were cast before the livestream incident even happened. So the award was not a statement of support for McMillan in the wake of the controversy. It was a reflection of his on-field performance over the course of the season. The optics were impossible to ignore. The headlines wrote themselves. Panthers star wins Rookie of the Year, hours after N-word apology. The Daily Mail ran it that way. Fox News ran it that way. The juxtaposition told its own story, regardless of the timeline. McMillan's acceptance speech was emotional. He thanked his family and focused on the people who had invested in him throughout his life. He did not address the controversy on stage. For him, the night was about the football. The third question is the one that extends beyond McMillan entirely. What happens the next time a Polynesian athlete or a Latino athlete or any non-black public figure uses the N-word on camera? Because this will happen again. The cultural crossover of the word through hip-hop is so extensive and so deep that it reaches into nearly every community in America and well beyond. Scholars in New Zealand have been studying the same phenomenon among Maori and Pacifica youth for years. The debates are the same, the lines are drawn in the same places, and the conclusions from the researchers are consistent. Understanding why someone uses the word is important, but it does not change the word's history or its capacity to cause harm. McMillan himself seemed to understand that. His apology, while short, did not make excuses. He did not say, "That's just how we talk where I'm from." He did not blame the excitement of the moment. He said there was no excuse. He apologized, and he committed to doing better. Whether that commitment manifests in any visible way remains to be seen. What is clear is that this incident did not happen in a vacuum. It happened at the intersection of Polynesian identity, hip-hop culture, gaming culture, social media amplification, NFL celebrity, and a country that has never fully resolved its relationship with racial language. McMillan is 22 years old. He has been in the NFL for one season. He has decades of career ahead of him. How he handles this going forward, not just the public statements, but the private conversations and the personal growth, will determine whether this moment becomes a footnote or a defining chapter. For now, the footage is still out there. The clip is still being shared, the debate is still going, and Tetairoa McMillan is still the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Click on one of the cards on your screen to see more videos like this.